The characters in the world of Dragon Ball are constantly on a quest to achieve more power. Some fan theories out there have even speculated that Goku is secretly a narcissist, and becoming the most powerful being in the universe is his numero uno goal. But regardless of whether or not you buy into that, it's undeniable that the Saiyan who crash landed on Earth has gone through his fair share of transformations over the years, each pushing his boundaries further than the last. So today we're taking a closer look at some of these powerful forms he's entered into with our list of the top 10 Goku transformations. It's about to get way over 9,000, friends. Oh, the cringe. But do it for the meme. In at number 10, Super Saiyan. Starting off with the most obvious of Goku's transformations, and perhaps the most iconic, the Super Saiyan transformation is the one that most people unfamiliar with Dragon Ball Z would easily be able to recognize. Multiplying Goku's base power 50-fold, this transformation was once considered only to be a legend. Prior to Goku's transformation, no one had gone Super Saiyan for over 1,000 years. It's one of the reasons why Frieza, who grew paranoid about the Saiyans and their potential for power, decided to annihilate their race by blowing up their homeworld of planet Vegeta. 25 years after the planet's destruction though, Goku achieved the state while battling Frieza, first appearing in the anime in 1991's episode 95, titled Transformed at Last. The state has two additional graded states, known as Super Saiyan 2nd and 3rd grade, the latter resulting in utilizing 100% of the fighter's strength and stamina reserves. Initially, it was believed that the Super Saiyan transformation comes as a response to a specific need, like Goku's need to defeat Frieza, but it's actually dependent on having a large quantity of S cells. The more gentle the spirit, the more S cells that the Saiyan will have, and considering Goku's gentle nature compared to Saiyans of the past, well, clearly dude has a lot of pent up S cells in his body. And at number 9, the Great Ape. The Great Ape form, also commonly referred to as the Great Monkey, occurs when a Saiyan transforms into a giant anthropomorphic ape during the full moon. And if it wasn't super obvious by its physical size, this form increases their strength exponentially. Goku was capable of transforming into this state when he had his tail, although unintentionally so. It unfortunately brought forth his aggressive dormant Saiyan traits that had disappeared after he hit his head as a young child. It's a state that isn't nearly as strong as the Super Saiyan transformation. It only increases his power tenfold. Goku would lose access to this form when his tail was permanently removed as a means of preventing the transformation from occurring, although in Dragon Ball GT his tail is restored, and he's able to achieve the state again. Speaking of Dragon Ball GT, in at number 8, Kid Goku. Also known as Little Goku, in Dragon Ball GT, Goku is wished back into an 11-year-old child at the beginning of the series, thanks to Emperor Pilaf and the Black Star Dragon Balls. As a child, Goku lost a significant amount of his power, despite still being way above average in terms of strength. It also prevented him from using some of the more sophisticated techniques he could previously bust out in battle, since his small body, wasn't properly conditioned to use them. He is eventually able to achieve Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 and 3 in his child form, and also gets his tail back as we mentioned previously. In at number 7, Super Saiyan 2. Originally referred to as the Ascended Super Saiyan state, Super Saiyan 2 is a monumental step up in power from the first Super Saiyan form, and all of its grades despite looking very similar in appearance. It's subtle. For example, Goku's hair grows slightly longer and spikier, and it appears more defined. While Goku's son Gohan is the first person in both the anime and the manga to achieve this form, Goku along with Vegeta and future Trunks soon follow suit, with Goku having trained in the other world, aka the afterlife, in order to get to that point. Super Saiyan 2 is a form that multiplies Goku's power 100-fold. Not too shabby. In at number 6, Super Saiyan 3. The successor to our last number, this transformation is said to extract every drop of potential from a Saiyan's blood. Goku was the first to achieve Super Saiyan 3, having done so after training in Otherworld. It's a form that drains less energy due to an increase in utilization and control with one's ki, and is achieved in out-of-the-norm circumstances. Goku was technically dead when he achieved it, and Goten and Trunks, who also achieved it, were only able to do so while fused together as Gotenks. For Goku, this form multiplies his base power by 400-fold, and he first used this form against Innocent Buu in the Majin Buu saga. Despite the fact that it drains less energy than Super Saiyan 2, 3 is extremely draining overall, and Goku's time on Earth was cut incredibly short because of it. He only had 30 minutes, making him unable to sustain the form and defeat Kid Buu. Because of traits like these, Super Saiyan 3 is typically seen as impractical, especially if one is using it while alive. Moving on to number 5, Super Saiyan 4. Goku's Super Saiyan 4 has a drastically different look than his other Super Saiyan forms. It's a state that first appears in Dragon Ball GT, and can only be achieved when a Saiyan becomes a golden Great Ape and gains control over that form, hence the monkey-esque aesthetic. It's essentially a combination between the Super Saiyan and Great Ape forms. Goku's compatibility with the form compared to the other Saiyans, as noted by Vegeta, is quite unique. He's capable of accessing the form whenever he desires, which is likely a product of him regaining his tail. The form also overcame the power of the Black Star Dragon Balls, reverting Goku to his adult self while he was in it, which unfortunately only lasts while he's in the form. Moving on to number 4, Super Saiyan God. Now if you're familiar with our channel and have seen any of our Versus videos, whenever Goku is featured in one of those hypothetical battles, it's often this form of his that becomes a bit of a trump card. Goku is just so darn powerful, and he pretty much defeats almost everyone. Talk about OP. Yeah, it's still lovable. Anywho, this Super Saiyan God transformation grants the fighter godly ki, which gives them an immense power boost beyond those other forms. When Goku first achieves it, it's with the help of 5 other Saiyans, done through a ritual and divine training. Goku's hair becomes reddish in color, his frame slimmer, and it makes him powerful enough to fight the likes of Beerus. The form has a time limit though, although when Goku first dropped out of it, he was able to retain some of its power, which he would later learn how to control better, and use it to restore it to its full amount when he desired. It also allows Goku to heal and regain energy at a much faster rate for a smaller amount of the stamina and ki that other forms require, and he can nullify and absorb enemies' energy attacks. In our number 3 spot, Super Saiyan Blue. Goku was able to master this form after training with Whis. It's the result of being able to synchronize Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God, which is no easy feat. Technically it's considered to be Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, but Super Saiyan Blue just has a better ring to it, doesn't it? Anyway, this form surpasses his God form exponentially, with increased levels of ki and emotional control. It can only be maintained for a short period of time, like many of the other immensely powerful transformations of Goku's on the latter part of this list. Worse enough, using it repeatedly will diminish its power to less than 10% of its capacity. But good old Goku manages to find a way of overcoming this during the Zen exhibition match, switching between his God form and his Blue form in order to conserve his energy and recover at a faster rate. Up next at number 2, Complete Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is a form of Goku's that first appeared in the Dragon Ball Super anime in the episode Limits Super Surpassed, Ultra Instinct Mastered. What a title. Ultra Instinct allowed Goku to achieve power levels that far exceeded the gods of destruction, which at that point in time made him the strongest he had ever been, putting him on par with many of the most powerful entities in the universe. He achieved it by letting go of all self-doubt and fully living in the moment, which synchronizes his impulses and his natural drive, therefore subconsciously unlocking his full potential in Ultra Instinct's completed form. Now initially Goku can't maintain the form for a long amount of time, and his body gives out after several minutes. It's also a form that Goku can't become at will. It's the result of instinctual reaction in extreme or dire times of need. And finally, last but not least, in at number 1, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is perhaps Goku's most epic form. It's the combination of his Super Saiyan Blue form, but utilizes Kaioken, if the name didn't already give that away. Now for context, if you're unaware, there used to be a speculation amongst fans that wondered why the Kaioken technique wasn't used when Goku was in his Super Saiyan form. Creator Akira Toriyama later confirmed that Goku couldn't use the technique when Super Saiyan, because the uncontrollable amount of power that would have been raging through him would kill him. But after mastering the Super Saiyan Blue form, Goku became strong enough to control that amount of power that came from the Kaioken boost, with significantly less risk. Also, worth noting, in the video games Kaioken is often considered a transformation or a form alone, whereas in the anime, it's a power boost. Anyway, this boosted form was mastered by Goku by the time the Tournament of Power came around, and he used it when fighting Jiren, pushing his limits further than he had ever pushed them before. Alright, there we have it friends, which of Goku's forms is your favorite? Let us know in those comments below. If you dug this video, show us some love, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more Dragon Ball Z and everything geeky in pop culture, from lists about comics, theories, news, and updates. Thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you all in the next video.